do the next mission, which is the RV6A checkout, and this will make up the last episode that we cut out of my live stream today. So, without much more ado, let us go ahead and get set. P4 for that. Start off the episode intro animation like so.
Kaneohe Tower, Icon ready for takeoff, runway 22.
Icon, cleared for immediate departure.
Hey, John, I didn't know you had the morning shift.
You bet, Lieutenant. You got students waiting for you when you get back?
Affirmative. Icon out.
Hello, everybody, and we are here live on SimGamer TV. 1 second while I just make sure I get this stream sort of captured at the right time here. 3, 2, get the player time. Okay. Coordinating up the start of an episode is kind of difficult when you're streaming live, but we're live on SimGamer TV on Sunday afternoon for SimGamer TV's Sunday afternoon simulation. Once again here with the lovely game Microsoft Flight and my control cam with all the Saytech Real Pro Flight controls, including rudder pedal, which you can see my feet waggling here, and toe brakes, all this good stuff. If you haven't seen the series from the beginning, I suggest you actually go back. I'll give you a full introduction to all the controls I have set up as they are currently manifested in the control cam. Face cam right there, control cam up that way. Hi, control cam. And so we have been working on this career for a few episodes now, and a little bit of flying around for the live stream people that are not necessarily going to be an episode. And we've gotten our career to level 4. As such, we get to be introduced to yet another new airplane, the RV6A. This is a kit plane, a home-built kit plane. Basically, they send you all the parts and all the instruction manual and everything to build it. And there is a light sport version of this plane available from the manufacturer that is also a kit plane. So, yeah. But this one's not a light sport one. This one actually would not be considered a light sport plane. And since we're getting into this RV6A, we'll be using all the controls, including propeller and mixture and everything that I have set up. So I'll go ahead and select this mission and get going. And I should also remember to set the timer. My controller has a little timer right here, so I can make sure we have an episode of an appropriate length. Looks like the stream is fine. I can see my knees waggling. I wiggle my knees a lot. That's why I'm wearing interesting pajamas.
Hey, there you are. You interested in getting checked out for the RV6?
Yup.
I need a ride to my brother's place. I figured I could show you how to fly the RV6 on the way there, and if you don't kill us, you can fly it back.
Sounds good to
Let me
me.
show you this beauty. These RVs are something. They're fast, fuel efficient, aerobatic, not to mention pretty.
It is a really
The
sharp-looking
RV6
plane.
is a completely different animal from the Icon A5. The RV6 isn't hard to fly, but it is fast. So you'll need to keep your head out in front. Believe it or not, I built this baby myself. Don't let the idea of a kit or a home-built aircraft scare you, though. The RV is the best-selling kit in the world, with over 7,000 flying. Well,
That's as of
let's get moving.
2012.
Hop on in.
So yeah, as of 2012, 7,000 RVs are flying. But now that they did have their light sport version, there's even more.
I'll get her started. Checklist is pretty simple.
All right.
Throttle open, 1/8 of an inch. Prop high RPM. Master switch on.
Click.
Flaps up.
So all these controls are actually interactable. Like I can
Mixture
actually
is
go
full
in,
rich. Clear prop.
and I've got the propeller advance here,
Oil
mixture control
pressure
here.
Good. She purrs like a kitten, doesn't she? Alternator on. Radios on. Lights on. Okay, you have the flight controls. Taxi over to runway 03. Give it a little throttle and let's go.
And I will use the toe brake. So what I can actually do with this toe brake is spin on one wheel. I can hit the brake, the rudder has an independent brake for each wheel, and I can use that to apply the brakes to one wheel and turn quickly like that. And here we go.
Don't taxi too fast now. You break my plane and I'm gonna get mean. Alright, let's stop here. Let me perform the before takeoff checklist.
Yep.
Canopy closed. Fuel pump on. Flight instruments set.
Mixture is full rich.
Yep.
Elevator trim
Just stop right
set.
here. Elevator
Oil
trim is
pressure
right
and
here.
engine temps good. Runway looks clear. Let's go.
A little bit of throttle. A lot of left rudder and left toe brake.
Line up with the runway and push that throttle to full.
So here we go. Throttle to full.
Lift the nose at 55 knots and hold it there until she flies.
55. Lift the nose. And we are
And
flying.
we're airborne. All right, let's climb out to 1,000 feet at 110 knots. Then you can get a feel for the aircraft.
So we're going to go ahead and pitch for 110 knots. Just want to use my trim here. And left turn.
Yeah, she climbs out nice, doesn't she? Good power to weight ratio. Continue climbing to 1,000 feet and then level up.
1,000 feet, 10-4. So I don't need to have my hands on the stick much anymore.
Okay, this is good. Go ahead and level out here. Turn to a heading of 340 and let's head out over Hilo Bay.
Alright, I'm too high. I want to keep myself right at 1,000 feet if I can.
Go ahead and fly north along the coast. I want to show you a really cool spot I found.
Setting my trim once again.
The RV is quite a performer compared to what you've flown so far. Flies faster, turns harder, it'll even fly upside down. While we fly along the coast, go ahead and see what the plane can do. If you're up for it, try pulling some high G turns, aerobatics, or maybe a stall. Aerobatics are no problem for this aircraft. Just be sure to stay under 6 Gs.
Alright, if we're going to do some aerobatics, we'll go ahead and keep our propeller set for pretty high RPM. And, yeah.
We're a little fast. Max speed is 183 knots. Whoa! Always interesting seeing the world upside down.
And this plane can do steep.
Now that's a high G turn. Check the G meter to see what we pulled.
Something like that. We end up diving down. We'll go ahead and climb back up to 1,000 feet. I'm going to pull the manifold there, the propeller, so we actually don't have such high RPMs going. And we're just going to go ahead and climb to 1,000 feet and get ourselves cruising to where we need to get to. Okay. We're at 1,000 feet. It's trim for level flight. Nose down trim. Nose down trim. In a plane like this, trim is actually... no, I guess it is push button trim on this one. So at the end of this joystick, you have these buttons here where you'll be actually adjusting your trim. But if we want to see the coast, we need to fly to the right of it, so we can look out the window. There we go.
Continue along the coast. It's just a couple more miles to the spot I want to show you.
This mission's actually pretty fun, if I remember right. For my last playthrough of Microsoft Flight on the old hardware. Shout out to all of you guys who are tuning in live. We're recording another episode of Let's Play Microsoft Flight with the introduction of my brand new control cam.
There, see that small town? That's Honamu. We're getting close to that spot I mentioned. There's a ravine near here. It's pretty wide and deep, big enough to fly through.
We're gonna do some buzz bombing. Gonna go buzz a ravine.
Move a little further away from the shore. We'll make a turn into the ravine any minute now.
All right.
Okay, turn to line up with the mouth of that ravine ahead.
Fly into the
That is
ravine.
the bridge. Just fly under it.
And under the bridge.
I've done it 100 times. All right. Here's a challenge for you. Try and stay in the ravine. Make a gentle left turn. Hard left next. Good. Now to the right.
Tree.
To the left. Straight for a little while.
Punch the throttle.
Gentle turn to the right.
Tree.
The stream splits ahead. Take the left route. It gets too narrow beyond this point. Go ahead and pull up. Nice flying. That'll get your blood moving.
That's a lot harder with the flight yoke than it is with
Let's
a
head towards
stick.
my brother's place and I'll walk you through a landing.
All right,
He lives
21.6
near a
nautical
private
miles.
strip called Honoka. Let's go ahead and have fun with the plane. Just get me there alive, okay?
All right,
It
anyway.
is a rush flying this low. Try to keep this altitude. Wow. Takes some nerve to fly this low. You're a natural. We're just crazy.
Maybe a little of both. That's a tree. Full throttle, RPM's good. Right over this orchard here. Whoa! Oh my god. I saw that on the camera. I was gonna die. Ooh, that was close.
I know that Malia can be tough sometimes on new students, but she's good people. She's sure been good to me, even when she probably shouldn't have. When I first moved here, I had nothing. She gave me a shot, and boy, do I appreciate it.
So this is something
Those
that...
Dearman's back in the hangar, and this RV are my babies. I love them, even when they're spitting oil at me.
So this can be deceptive, right? This is why a lot of planes have... If you look right here is the artificial horizon. This isn't flying level, but since this ground is a slope, you might think that I'm not flying level at all. Gotta pay attention to the line of the sea, actually. That's why the artificial horizon is often very helpful to pilots. So we need to adjust my trim so I don't have to keep on pushing on this elevator the whole time. And what I should do, since I'm not actually using it for ProFlight yoke, I've noticed that the dead zone on this stick tends to bank left a little bit. So I'm going to change my trim buttons to allow me to actually trim stick neutral. Okay, this plane might not have an elevator trim. I guess it doesn't. I'll just have to deal with the fact that it's got a little bit of a left. The actual controller itself has a little bit of a left lean. So this landscape is a few years old.
Flying low, don't you?
But it still holds up pretty good. I mean, they have a lot of trees and stuff, so you know, it has a decent amount of volume to it. .2 nautical miles to go to Honoka'a. Let's go ahead and climb out to our cruising altitude. Probably 3,000 feet would be good since we're, you know. And I can, once again, apply some trim so that the plane will climb on its own without me having to have, I can do it hands off. Yeah, close call. Close call is an understatement of the century there, Gmod. .6 nautical miles, and we will be able to wrap this up. I could skip to the next waypoint, but that's, I don't know, it's kind of like skipping the parking of the trailer in Euro Truck Simulator. Just for some of these flights, it just doesn't make sense to skip it. If we're going, you know, 100 nautical miles or something like that, then for sure I'll skip then. this control keeps listing to the left. And this plane doesn't allow me to trim the ailerons, so there's no point in having that bound the way I do. I'll go ahead and put it back on the rudder trim. Nose left. Nose right. Accept. Resume. Yeah, so I can actually apply the trim to the rudder here. And we're at the altitude I want to be at, so I'm not going to climb any higher. Go ahead and throttle back for level flight. Oof! And this particular flight will wrap up today's live stream session, as well as give some viewers who are tuning into this stuff, who are not able to see the live stream, some stuff to watch throughout the week. We'll have 4 episodes plus a bonus feature, so I'll be able to have basically 5 days of content from this one live stream. And then I need to start, I want to do more episodic content of the other things. Once again, like I said, get back into Kerbal Space Program when 1.0.5 comes out. If I have a chance this week, I'll do another ad hoc live stream of Prison Architect. We still have that prison to continue working on. But I have no idea when, and I can't promise a particular day because I know that as soon as I make that promise for a weekday, it'll be problematic actually making it happen.
We're getting close. To line up with the Honokaa airstrip, you're going to want to fly to the northern tip of the town.
Okay, northern tip of the town. That's this way.
These RVs are slick airplanes, so you have to think about slowing down early. You want to be going 75 knots for the approach, so start gradually slowing down now.
Gradually
Pull the
my
power
butt.
to 10% or 1200 RPM and let some speed bleed off.
Okay, so once again, well, we'll descend to 2,500 feet, and then we'll try to maintain level flight to 2,500. As our speed decreases, and I'm pulling on the controls now a lot, so I'm just using the trim a little bit here and there to make it so I don't have to do that. There we go. Now that we're slowing down, I have to keep on applying back pressure on the elevator to keep my nose up. And we've slowed down.
This is a good approach speed. Keep your airspeed above 65 knots.
I still have not identified the runway. Is that it? No, that's just a town. Where is it? Huh. This landscape is throwing me off, so I'm keeping an eye on the artificial horizon. Okay, I don't want to descend anymore. I'm low enough.
And we're over the town. The runway is at a heading of 265. This
All right.
runway is small and hard to see. You got yourself a challenging landing today.
Let's lower the flaps. Flaps help us slow down for landing. Hold the flap switch until they're all the way down.
So I'm using my right thumb to do that. It's that tiny airstrip. Okay. Maintain 65 knots for final approach. There we go.
We're getting slow. Add some power.
Also nose down. More trim if I've got it. More power because we're going short. But we're pretty well lined up. We're doing a downwind landing, which is usually not the best idea.
When we cross the threshold, pull the power to idle. We're looking to touch the main gear first at around 55 knots. Now hold the nose up and let the rest of our speed bleed off. Touchdown. Hold the elevator back to keep weight off the nose wheel. This runway is in bad shape. Okay,
Oh.
taxi over to the
Okay.
hangars and I'll hop out.
Rough. That was rough. Taxi to the hangars. Got my heart going a little bit.
Stop here. I'm gonna trust you to get the plane back to Hilo in one piece. Think you can handle that? Oh, and remember to keep some up elevator in as you taxi and take off again so you don't damage the nose gear. Thanks for the ride.
Vans Air Force RV pilot. We are now checked out on this aircraft. Most of the way, a good portion of the way through level 4. And that is it for today, episode 4 of Let's Play Microsoft Flight, a game that came out in 2012. Expect some links in the description on how to get a hold of this game. It's free to play, and there are packs that you used to be able to buy that you can't buy anymore.